Well, the hospital sector getting a boost as a new survey shows revenue is growing in the post-pandemic environment. Yahoo Finance's Anjalee Khemlani is here with the details. Hey, Anj.
Hey, so yeah, actually really good news. And this is coming off of some news yesterday that the health insurer United Healthcare was looking at an increase in outpatient utilization. And that is good news for the hospitals. Obviously have been suffering throughout the pandemic with a lot of their operations really curtailed or shut down as a result of all the safety procedures and the overwhelming use of critical areas for COVID-19. So what we see now is a note from Cowen saying that 2 of the last 3 months, that's March and May, reflect the highest calendar adjusted figures in their survey since December 2021. And if you look at that graph, it is basically like peak valley, starting with the valley in 2020 when things really bottomed out, a little bit on the upside in 2021, and then once again down into the negatives of revenue for 2022. So now they're just starting to eke up a little bit. May was an increase by 7.5% in revenue. So looking really good there and out, of course, of the negatives in that area. And this is good news for hospitals across the board, whether it's nonprofit or for profit. And it's also going to really impact other sectors as well. In med tech, for example, which is where you get your surgical, devices, medical monitoring devices and the like. All of those are also going to be impacted. Meanwhile, the concern that came from yesterday's news on the insurers seems to have worn off. It was, by some analysts' measure, a bit of an overreaction to the news, considering that the measure being used or being focused on the MLR, medical loss ratio, wasn't going to be too greatly impacted by this utilization. But it does stand to be seen whether or not next year's prices and premiums will be affected by this increase in utilization. So that's where things stand right now.
Anjalee, thanks so much for breaking that down for us here today. Yahoo Finance's own Anjalee Khemlani.